Everyone try something. Everyone try one more thing. Take another nice big breath in. As the breath comes out, try to hold on to a thought or an emotion as the breath comes out. Not easy. If you really let go, it's not easy. Try again. Take another big breath in. Now as the breath comes out, relax, let go. Do one more. Take another big breath in. Now as the breath comes out, try to find an area of tension or pain in the body. Can't do it. If the body breathes out, you cannot find injuries, emotions, cell memory. It's not easy to hold that stuff when the body breathes out. This is a key principle of the work that we're going to do here today. When your body goes neutral, when you breathe out, the body goes neutral. When you go neutral, you can't hold on to stuff. The biggest issue by far that I see in North America, people are constantly and chronically holding on to old injuries, old emotions, old stress. And in that process, the cells don't get energy, they're shut down, they don't regenerate, and people have stagnation and old challenges and injuries. Everyone in our seminars, everywhere we go, the body is constantly replicating and regenerate. Be really clear about this. It's like a computer. If you run a computer program, when you turn it on, you get whatever's in that program. Everyone take a moment, just drop into still point for a moment. You know, still point is a technology. To me, still point's like deleting, it's like a delete key. So you run a program, which a lot of people on planet Earth do, around the body not, doctors tell people you have bone on bone, you need surgery, but knees don't regenerate. Nerves, they say, don't regenerate. Organs don't regenerate. Eyes don't regenerate. Literally, according to the Western mainstream doctor protocol, nothing in the body regenerates. Which, from my perspective, is erroneous. It's simply not the truth. So I'm a big believer in Western medicine. I am not the kind of alternative person that says no to Western medicine. Yet, from my perspective, it has some intrinsic problems. Needs some fine-tuning. And I want to say this because the key program to be running right now in your life is that the cells in the body do very well at regenerating. It's in fact all they do is to regenerate. So be really clear about this because whatever program you have is going to affect the actual experience that you're having. Every single thing works the same way. Energy equals productivity. If you can deliver energy to an area that's having challenges, from my perspective, you're getting the process going to start to kick in those cells, to get more blood flow, and ultimately to trend that situation to a situation that's going to start to find solutions to what's going on. That is why Lily and I, in our world, use lasers every single day. We use lasers. I cannot say this enough. And I want to be clear, because I'm not a doctor, I'm not an expert, I don't have anything to tell you that follow me. I don't try to fix people. I don't try to cure people. I don't try to heal people. I don't view the laser as fixing, curing, healing. The only thing I do, and if anyone hangs around with me, the only thing that I am is persistent. I try a lot of things, and to the point where it can probably aggravate people at moments. I try things. Why? Because from my perspective, there's only one truth that I found in my journey around the body, and that is that the body in one moment is going to be different than it is right now. And that next moment is like a stock chart. It's either going down or it's going up. Exactly like a stock chart. Next moment's going to be different, going down or it's going up. Well, a lot of people live on planet Earth and they just kind of go along and it's like that next moment's some random happenstance chance. For me, I like to participate with that next moment. So all the stuff we share in our seminars, the work that we do, our community, our retreats, the lasers, our Wi-Fi, which we're going to share a little bit later, all of them are things that I developed in part, Lily and I developed in part, so that we can not control the next moment, to help guide and steward that next moment. In the case of the body, the next moment is based on one thing, energy. Just like a stock, no energy, things degenerate, deteriorate, they go down. Good vital energy situations go up, they regenerate, purify, regenerate. Exactly like a stock, same principles. In fact, I often cite, years ago in Russia, the government there did studies and they found the average person has a field that emanates 5 to 10 feet around the body. They measured lots of people and they found that people with a strong vital field of energy were way less prone to pain, chronic pain, autoimmune, and psychological issues than people who they couldn't detect that field of energy so much. Another person wrote a book. They said animals detect the field of the animal. They go after the weakest animals in the herd to thin the pack out. From my perspective, our process is about how do we strengthen this field of energy. The only attraction I have to lasers, I want to strengthen this space of energy. I want cells to have energy. I want organs to have energy. I want the different chakra centers to have energy. If you have an injury, I want it to have energy. I want the lymph system to have energy. So every day, from my perspective, I touched last night on the conference call we did last night. Emissaries should watch that call. It was a really important call regarding some of the new stuff we're covering at our seminars that has to do with what we call the light body or the lotus body. In other words, the energy that surrounds the human body. To me, I want to make sure and have tools every day. How can I work on this body, this situation? Everyone turn the laser on, pick a program. You can do Unwind, you can do Quantum, and find an area that you've been having some challenges with in the past couple of days, past week, past month. Maybe it's an injury. I had a slip yesterday. I was stepping in the shower. As I stepped in the shower, it was just really wet, which I guess is what happens in the shower. Well, some hotels, some places we're at, the material of the tub can be really more slippery when it's wet. Well, I stepped in and I slipped as I stepped in, and my upper body kind of counter-torqued. Thank goodness, because if it hadn't, I was able to not fall down and take a good hit. Well, the net effect is this whole side of the body was in a state of spasm until we did the live stream last night and I unwound it. Since then, it's been pretty good. It's been, I'd say, 80-90% better. There's still a little residue there. So whatever's going on, I just want to show you a very simple way that we use the laser before we jump into a couple other protocols. First thing I'm doing is I'm just working around this area. And I often tell people, demystify the notion that you need to be some kind of anatomical expert or doctor. You don't. You can tell where the pain is, where an injury is. People come to me and they tell me they have this issue, they have this issue. If I haven't heard of it or I'm not sure about it, I just say, well, where is it? How does it affect you? Where is it at? And they point to here. They say, oh, it's here. And I say, great, let's just put the laser over that area. This laser is an approved medical device, like aspirin. It's over-the-counter approved. Everyone take note of this. It's an over-the-counter medical device. For starters, there are a number of different ways that people use lasers. There's medical, there's cosmetic. In most countries, cosmetic is a voluntary process. There's veterinary. Veterinary is non-regulated, use on animals. There's yoga. We have a lot of yoga healers that work purely as an energy approach for relaxation, flow of energy. Those are the 4 key ways that people use lasers. Well, our system is cleared. Most laser companies, 70% of laser companies out there, especially the really inexpensive laser pointer ones, they don't go through. The reason they can keep the price very low is they use very basic lasers and they don't go through the ISO process or the medical device process. So they're not approved. And in the process, that is, from my perspective, one of the key differentiations with what I call medical cleared and approved technologies. Our laser is approved by FDA, we're approved by Health Canada, we're approved all of Europe CE, and we're approved by Australia TGA, and some other countries. The reason that's important from my perspective is it enables chiropractors and sports teams to use our lasers, and it shows that we've done extensive research and clinical studies and usability studies and a whole safety efficacy studies, etc. And it is a key component to our approach to using lasers. What makes our system unique is that we're approved as an over-the-counter device. So of those devices that are approved as a pain relief device, and I'm just kind of trying a couple of programs here. I was on Quantum. I just changed and put it on Activate. And as you're using it, just check in and see which one feels good. If you're using one and you're not sure it's feeling so good, I tell people, like TV, just turn it off, switch to a different program, try another one. I was feeling Quantum, I was feeling okay, a little bit kind of like this, and so I changed, I put it on Activate. As soon as I put it on Activate, I felt my body start to relax. When I use the laser, I'm looking for my body to decompress, to unwind, to dissolve. That's what constitutes to me a technology that I want to use. There's a lot of lasers out there I've tried. I use it, and my body, it stimulates me. And for me, I'm not interested in being stimulated. This is what makes our system very different. Our system is an unwinding effect. We call it still point effect. When I use the laser, to me, if there's an injury or pain, the problem is it's stimulated. You know, that is the problem. So for me to come in and use a device that's going to stimulate something, unattractive to me. Unattractive. When I want to use a laser, my primary goal is how do I send some energy in there and also say to that area, hey, let's unwind, let's relax. We design this. We do numerous things. We have patented technology that makes the lasers very soft and gentle. We make rounded sine waves. No other company does this. Everyone else has jagged square waves, unrefined square waves. I've seen some lasers recently where the wave structure coming out of them was completely unmodulated. We have very nice rounded sine waves. We position the lasers in very specific geometrical progressions to help induce a sacred unwinding effect response, elliptical, a very specific response to induce nonlinear dimensional fields. We use 3 red, infrared, and violet in a very specific wavelengths to get this effect. So there's a very specific effect that I'm looking to get when I use lasers. Our clearance is over the counter as pain relief, inflammation, circulation, arthritic pain, and relaxation of tissue. 95% of lasers on the market that you see are cleared for prescription use, which means you need to be a doctor or get a prescription to use them. Ours is for over-the-counter, which means anybody can buy our laser. This is a unique selling point and one of the key reasons why the quantum wave community is growing globally, because anyone can buy this laser. Price, it's not inexpensive, yet you compare to others that have not even the same amount of technology, and our price point is significantly lower than those other companies. All right, that's the shoulder. As I'm doing this shoulder, I can totally feel my neck, my shoulder, this whole area kind of relaxing, dissolving. I don't even feel any strain or pressure or stress in the area at all right now. So that's great. And you'll see, I started off, I went here, I went up around the back area. There's no specific situation. I just kind of moved it around until I felt the body starting to unwind and decompress.